Are you tired of being weighed down? Have you fallen asleep on your health? This is your wake up call with my dad, Keith, my husband, Kyle, and me, Ashley.
Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning, day 104, and this is your wake up call. Bright and early this morning, and we've just kind of Saturday a little bit more laid back, a little bit more relaxed, and so we were kind of talking. What can we talk about? And we thought, if you had a cheat meal today, you could go off plan, eat whatever you want. What would you eat? What would be your? This is almost like a little bit of a guilty, not a guilty pleasure, but it's like what's the food you've been thinking about, or the food that you've been missing?
You know what? I'm thinking that a meal's just not going to be good enough. I'm thinking a day, like a
whole day.
Yeah,
a whole day. No, I mean, this is just a fun little convo we thought we'd have this morning. This is not something we're actually going to go out and do, so disclaimer. But
I mean,
fat kids are always going to be fat kids, in their brain at least. So.
Oh man, you're right about that. Like, yeah. All right, so y'all been thinking about it. What would be your cheat meal?
I'll go first.
Cheat day. Go for it.
I am. I'm kind of, like we were talking earlier. The meat thing is not really driving my thoughts as far as what I'd like to eat. I don't crave meat a whole lot. So we hadn't eaten a whole lot of meat in the last 2-3 years anyway. But
Yeah.
But when I do crave meat, it's not even a real meat, I don't guess. But I love Whoppers from Burger King.
Oh,
Yes.
So it's kind of a crazy thing. But when I start craving a burger, fast food anyway, it's I have to have not just one, but I eat 2 of them. So
Whopper's a little bit different. It's a wild card because Burger King's one of the few places that puts mayo on their burger.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And tomatoes. So even though they're kind of fake tomatoes, but anyway,
they're always orange. They're never red.
Yeah.
And they're hothouse tomatoes, so they're all gritty and
But that's my favorite, and the second favorite would be a burger from any kind of burger from Hardee's.
Yeah, they're good.
But that would be, if it was meat, that's what I'd go after today.
All right.
What about dessert foods? What would you go for?
Some kind of ice cream for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and call y'all's ice cream. Now, I've been around for a few years now. Anytime y'all have a family get together, y'all do Tahitian treat ice cream.
Yeah.
That fruit punch ice cream.
Yes, it is legit.
This little recipe for the meat and dairy eaters out there.
That would hit
it's
the spot.
2 liter Tahitian treat and some evaporated milk.
No, you got it wrong already. It's condensed milk.
Condensed milk and a Cool Whip.
There's no. Where did you get this recipe? He's wrong, guys. Let's back it up. This is a family tradition.
You made it before. I watched you.
It is not. There is no Cool Whip in it. You have not made me. You have not watched me put Cool Whip in ice cream unless it was on top of it.
You almost said you've not made me put Cool Whip.
You not made me do it. You couldn't make me.
Anyway,
so, back up. Let me give y'all the true life ice cream making story. Okay, this is a family tradition that goes way back to when Daddy and them were kids. All right, it is a can of sweetened condensed milk.
Okay.
So as Grandma would say, she would call it Eagle brand, even if it wasn't, even if it was Walmart.
Yeah.
She would say, we need to get some Eagle brand.
Kind of like
Yep.
vice grips or something,
Right, yeah.
or
When you
magic
get
marker.
Right, or Kleenex. We could go for days about that, but
Yeah.
we need a can of Eagle brand and a 2 liter of any kind of soda. Fruit sodas are the best, but Tahitian Treat is my personal favorite.
You can find that Tahitian treat on down at the Dollar Tree.
Not that brand, but they have a fruit punch soda.
They sure do.
Anyway,
Pretty sure it's called Tahitian treat at Dollar Tree.
so you pour. No, it's not, Kyle. I know my fruit sodas. It's just something else, but it's not Tahitian Treat. Anyway, Kyle's trying to get a rise out of me this morning. So, you put the 2 liter in with a can of Eagle brand, aka sweetened condensed milk, into your ice cream freezer, and you let it go till it freezes up. At least, we never had to deal with a hand crank. I'm sure Dad has a different story. We've always had electric.
We used to crank it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to work for your ice cream.
Way back when, before electricity was around, we had to crank ice cream.
Well, worse than that, the ice cream freezer we had when we was a kid was, we were a kid. We, as in the four of us, me and my brothers, we had to sit on the freezer because the latch on the top of the thing was broken. So one of us had to sit on it and one of us had to crank it. But yeah, we had to work for it.
Well, that's funny. I always imagine that. I think it's really funny.
All right.
Well, while we're talking about when Dad was a kid, one thing that I always thought was funny was tell me what y'all would do when you had a watermelon. What would you do before you ate it? You'd say that you'd always take it down to the creek
Oh,
and
yeah.
put it in the creek.
Yeah. Well, when we were out, doing a picnic or whatever, we'd take it out and put it in the creek and let it get cold.
Yeah.
That was just what we did. I don't know.
I think that's a smart idea.
Daddy used to do that when he was a kid, and so that's kind of carried on.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure would.
All right. So
It's old school refrigerator.
Yep.
yeah, that's it. And that's
All right,
that's the healthy dessert. We switched on back. Look at us. But
Sure
just
did.
kidding. We're not done yet. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, enough about fruits and vegetables. Let's get back to the
We
real
talk about
stuff.
those all the time. I'm done.
All right. So, Ashley, what's your cheat day, meal, dessert?
Okay. I've been thinking about this for weeks, if not months, and I don't know why.
Okay.
But like Daddy said, meat is not really a thing I'm craving much anymore. I mean, sometimes I'll see a commercial with a chicken tender on it and think it looks good, but I'm not like dying over it or anything. This is what I've been thinking about. CC's Pizza. All right. If y'all don't have a CC's, this is like a pizza buffet. And ever since I was a kid, they've had my favorite pizza on earth, which is spinach pizza. And it's the crust with like a white Alfredo type sauce on it and white cheese and spinach. And that has been my favorite pizza for a long time. And so I keep thinking about that pizza for some reason. For like weeks now, I've been thinking about it. And I love their garlic bread. It's got like cheese on it. And they also make a pizza very similar to this with that same white sauce with cheese that has like little bacon bits on it. That one's good. So I've been thinking about pizza, but not just pizza, CC's Pizza in particular. That's what I would like to eat right now. And let's see, what else have I been thinking about? Sonic makes these sundaes, and if you ask for pecans, these are, you have to ask for them. They'll put them on your sundae. and these pecans are like roasted and sugared and salted. And so I like to get a hot fudge sundae from Sonic with pecans added. And I always get mad because they always charge like $1 more, and depending on your person, you might get 4 pecans or you might get like a whole handful. But man, those pecans just like they just bring it over the edge. It's really good. Well, I would eat some CC's pizza, followed by a Sonic sundae with pecans, and let's see, what else have I been thinking about? That's all I've got for right now, but I'm going to keep thinking. You go ahead, Kyle.
All right. Well, I'm glad y'all giving 1 or 2 meals because I'm about to give y'all a whole day. Here we go. So, breakfast. I'm torn between a couple different things. Hardee's has got good breakfast.
Oh, Hardee's, a bacon, egg, and cheese from Hardee's, a biscuit.
Yeah, chicken
Chicken
biscuit. Chicken biscuit for me from Hardee's. I know Ashley's would be a gravy biscuit. That's her.
You know, I would like gravy biscuit, but literally I just thought bacon, egg, and cheese. Like, that sounds good to me this morning.
Yeah, chicken biscuit for me, either from Hardee's or Bojangles. Bojangles has got a good biscuit.
Hey, you kind of sound like you're in a bucket. Where's your microphone?
Probably in a fat roll. It probably fell down like underneath my chin or something.
Okay, you sound better now. You sound better. You're making some crunchy sounds, but you sound better.
I got it out of the fat roll. Okay.
your fat rolls got so excited about Hardee's, they just ate up your microphone.
I ate my microphone. I think it was a chicken biscuit. My breakfast dessert would be a donut, of course. A maple glazed donut.
Oh, and you know it's maple glazed donut day today.
Stop it. Okay.
We have this like little Amish Swiss little store down the road a little bit, and twice, I don't know, and I will never understand why they only do this twice. Twice a month, they do Donut Saturday, and they make these yeast donuts, fried, and they put like a maple glaze on them.
They do regular and chocolate too, but maple is the best.
Well, the maple's where it's at. I would put them up against Krispy Kreme any day, and I'm a Krispy Kreme girl, so that's how good they are. Anyway, I couldn't let that.
Anyway, that's my breakfast dessert. Yeah, one of those would be my breakfast
dessert. He's doing some dessert for every meal.
Hey, listen, if we're going all out. My lunch would be a place we have here in town called Skip's.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
I would have back in the day, I would have had a double bacon cheeseburger, an order of tots, and a bowl of chili, no question about it. But because I just can't eat that much meat anymore.
Yeah.
I would just have probably just a regular hamburger or a cheeseburger, and then, of course, tater tots. And if Ashley was with me, we'd probably split a bowl of chili because they've got good chili too.
Yeah, Skips is like a greasy old diner. I mean, but the hamburgers are really good. So is their chili.
Funny. With an ice cold Coca-Cola to drink.
Why have I not mentioned that? That's the first thing I would do. I get up on deck, drink a Coca-Cola. What am I thinking?
I'd beat you to it. Okay. By the way, with breakfast, I'd have to have an ice cold sun drop. So we're going full caffeine today. All right, so dinner.
Yeah, we're not going to sleep for the rest of the week, apparently.
You're right. For dinner, this was the toughest meal of the day for me.
The whole 5 minutes you've had to think about this.
Yeah. Well, hold on. My lunch dessert. Gotta get lunch dessert in there too. I probably would have fried pie, a good old fried pie.
Which is another thing that Swiss Amish store does.
And there's a
very
barbecue
well.
place here. There's a barbecue place in the next town over that does really good fried pie too.
Yeah.
All right. for dinner, I would be making a trip down to Alabama.
Oh, stop it.
Be going to Greenbrier Barbecue, and I'll be having some smoked chicken and catfish. Again with a nice cold Coca-Cola, or they'd say down there Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Yep, and then at that point, I don't know if I'd be able to hold another dessert after eating like that all day.
I really don't think you would after lunch, being honest here.
But, I've really been digging watermelon here lately, which I think would be on the list. But
watermelon on a cheat day? What?
A whole, and I'm a little bit different. I like catfish. As I've gotten older, I like catfish still on the bone.
Yeah.
It's juicier, and I just like it better. So, and then, hey, I'm getting full advantage out of this thing. Your late night meal.
Your fourth meal.
A fourth meal. 11 o'clock. Maybe you've been on the road all day. You're tired. And you just want some hearty, good meal. You gotta go to Waffle House. Get some hash browns, some other covered.
I dig hash browns from Waffle House. They're great.
And then you got two eggs over medium, bacon. You got your waffle.
You gotta have toast to sop up your eggs.
Yeah, you gotta have toast to go with your eggs. You gotta have some grits. It's no wonder, y'all, that I was 420 pounds at one point in my life. We're talking about my day.
It's no wonder at all.
Because I'm sure I've had a day where I've done exactly what I just described. I've eaten every single thing I just talked about. But that would be my cheat day. Like if I was on death row, that would be.
That is a full 24 hours of. That's what it. That's how long it would take.
If I'm going out on a full belly, y'all.
Apparently. Good night.
Anyway,
that makes my cheat meal look like nothing.
It's just professional level over here is what it is.
Professional fatness.
Yeah, did your microphone get eaten by Pat Roll while we're talking?
Professional fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if there were such a thing as coaching people to get fat, we'd be so good at it. Man, we'd be great at that.
All right. Yeah. All right, Coach, I don't know what's going on. Well, you're going to need to eat about 3 more spoonfuls of mayonnaise. Go ahead, right out the jar.
Gross. Just so gross.
Just go on in there, but you got to do it when nobody's looking. Just sneak in there and get your
there's better ways to get your calories than just doing that. Just go drink a milkshake or something, which have 1,000,000 calories in them.
You know what I didn't put on my list?
What?
I'm kind of surprised because I dialed back on it. I mean, I still like it. Peanut butter. There was no peanut butter on my list.
Well, you still eat it occasionally.
I do.
But you don't like the peanut butter I buy now, so.
Yeah, you're right. That natural stuff.
Kind of likes the fully hydrogenated version of peanut butter. We don't buy that anymore.
Peter Pan peanut butter, just smooth and creamy, and then if you feel a little special, get you a little honey roasted. Just get you a little honey.
The honey roasted is good. But yeah, we don't keep that kind of peanut butter anymore, so I guess that's why you don't eat it very much anymore. Yeah. We have it in the cabinet right now, like the natural kind, but that's not as tempting.
Right.
Well, last night, putting this back on more of a serious note, though, of course we're not going to go out and do this right now, but it's always funny to talk about it. But like last night, Kyle and I went and ate Mexican. I hadn't been out of the house like all week, so other than walking around the neighborhood.
You've been down the car.
Yeah, we're getting our car back today, so that's a good thing. even I'm one of those people, since I started driving and started having my own vehicle, like when I don't have a means of transportation, and this is making me sound like such a snob and so awful, but like, I feel trapped almost, like I have no way to get out of here if I need to get out of here. I've got like, I don't think it's been quite as bad this time since I know that I can walk like 3 miles. Like I know I can get somewhere if I really need to. But without having a car for the past few weeks, that's been rough. I have not enjoyed that. Anyway, but we're getting our car back. But last night we decided to get out of the house because I literally have not been out of the house since I got home on Sunday night. Other than walking around. So we decided to go eat Mexican because when you're trying to stay plant-based, you really don't have that many options, especially in our town. So generally, when we would go to eat Mexican, Kyle, what would you normally order?
Oh, I would get there's a couple different things. I mean,
just pick one.
The biggest thing I would order if I was feeling really hungry was this thing called the molcajete. It's a giant stone bowl-like thing, but it's filled with like meat and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it seriously is like a salad, not like a normal salad. It's like a mixing bowl. It's a giant lava rock bowl, and they fill it up with meat, and then they pour cheese over it. And it's got vegetables and stuff in it too, but yeah.
By the time you put that much cheese on a vegetable, though, like, it doesn't really matter if you're eating a vegetable.
Oh, it matters because it tastes delicious, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I used to put away some major amounts of food.
Normally, we would go eat Mexican, and one of our favorite places to go specializes in these sizzling skillets, always covered in cheese. So you could get chicken or steak or any sort of thing like that, and they will literally cover the entire thing in cheese. And so it comes out, it's all bubbling and melty, and comes with like
cheese that gets all crispy.
Comes like with rice and beans. You could get fries at this place too.
That's a low key.
Tortillas. Anyway, so we would go in our really fat days, and we would each order something like that, right? Yeah. And most of the time, I wouldn't finish mine, but I get pretty close. And the only reason why I wouldn't finish would probably be because we'd eaten like 2 or 3 baskets of chips to go with it, right? And they always, one thing I love about these Mexican places here in town is they use those huge glasses. Like, not these little tiny glasses that have to be refilled like Cracker Barrel, Those are the smallest glasses in the world. These glasses are like 4 times
like
that.
A Dixie cup. Like a Dixie cup.
They're small. Anyway, and so, I would drink a Coke or a Diet Coke, 2 or 3 of those, and a couple of baskets of chips, and eat this huge, cheesy, meaty, gross thing, And that was a norm for us. That was normal. Yep. But what we do now, and what we started doing several weeks ago, is we order the vegetable fajitas. So it's a sizzling skillet, but it doesn't have any of the cheese or meat or anything on it. It's just a bunch of vegetables. And some places put a little bit more oil on theirs than others. The one we were at last night, the oil wasn't too horrible on it. There was oil, but it wasn't like a ton of it.
We're swimming in it.
And we will get corn tortillas instead of flour. Not that I think that makes a huge difference. I just prefer corn these days.
Which is a big change for you because it was flour. It used to be only flour.
When I eat flour tortillas now, it feels like gummy to me for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then we'll split the one skillet of vegetables, and then I'll order a side of rice and beans. And that's what we ate last night, and that's what we've been doing. And I was just sitting there thinking last night, this is not what we looked like, 100 days ago. This is not a normal thing. Like, both of us probably would have talked about how we were still hungry, or like, that's not going to be enough. We can't split food like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we've come a long way. Cheat meal aside, like, if you do find yourself going out, you can make better choices. And the great thing about this is, one, we're eating healthier by cutting out the meat and cheese. We're also eating less. And our bill is cut in half, literally. Between our fajita, our extra rice and beans, our corn tortillas, and we also got a bowl of guacamole, which is always $1 million. I don't know why they charge that much for.
It was $4 for maybe a quarter cup.
Anyway, all of that, and we were drinking water, was $18.07 or something.
Yep. And if
1808.
If we wouldn't have gotten the guacamole, it would only.
We would have been under $15.
Yeah.
Y'all, we are used to dropping $40 or more every time we go out to eat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're changing, and I wanted to point that out. And I know this podcast has gone a little long, but I didn't want us to sit here and talk about all this cheap food without, giving a real life example of how we actually have changed. We aren't obsessed with food like we used to be. We think about it a lot, but we are getting better, and it's a process. And I love Cece's pizza, and I will probably eat some of it at some point.
We will happily take an endorsement and help you develop a vegan pizza.
I think that's on the way, though. I think most places are if they're smart, I think most places are going that way.
I saw a thing on one of the plant-based news network things on Instagram the other day. A&W Root Beer in Canada started selling the Impossible Burger, the Beyond Burger in their stores. They sold out nationwide.
Wow.
They couldn't keep up with the demand.
I think it's also important to point out that just because something says it's plant-based doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy for you. And so most of these fake burgers have a very, very high amount of fat and oil, and so they're not healthy for you. But if eating a burger like that on a Saturday is going to keep you from eating any real meat or real cheese, and start you down that path, then I think that's a better choice to make. Going and eating a Beyond Burger is going to keep you from Skip's Diner, then that's a better path to take.
As Ashley tells me, she describes it as being activated. Like you're gonna eat meat and you're gonna get activated, and then you're not gonna be able to stop.
We're in the process of building some good self-control so that in the future, if we want to have one burger every month, we can and then get off of them again. Like we want to get past the point where we will be activated to eat meat and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
I don't know that all cheese and dairy does not have the same appeal to me that it once did.
Well, that's because you have a real allergy to it.
Yeah, I have a real allergy to it, but on top of that, now that I've been living without it, when I was a kid, it made me so angry.
Also when we were kids, there were no dairy-free options of anything.
Right.
There was
so
not
I was that
almond
weird
milk
kid
in the
at
store.
school. I was at the weird kid at school who had to get his own pizza because everybody else had cheese on their pizza. I couldn't have it, so I always had to get a personal pan pizza with no cheese on it.
Yeah.
Parents would bring, cake and ice cream. Well, if I was lucky, it wasn't an ice cream cake, So, and even then I had to watch because, the icing and stuff. So, it made me so mad as a kid and almost a little bit of rebellion. It's like, I want to eat this stuff when I get older because now I have the option to eat it. And I kind of had built up a tolerance. Well, that's all gone. 104 days in, that's all gone. I can tell you pretty quick if something I would eat has dairy.
Well, like one night at the Mexican place, they always sprinkle like 3 shreds of cheese on your beans. You know, it's, and sometimes I'll remember to tell him no cheese, and sometimes I won't. And like Kyle got a hold of a little bit of that cheese one time in his beans, and it was like his lip immediately started swelling up, and he's like, "Well, I have no tolerance built up anymore. It's gone." You know.
Which, I mean, isn't a bad thing. It just means my body is probably more responsive.
Cleansing.
Right, and it didn't swell up because it's already filled with all that stuff.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, we've talked a million years this morning, so I'll go ahead and wrap this up. But we want to do something.
I just want to give I want to give a quick honorable mention.
Here we go.
Prime rib. Let's just throw that out there. Okay.
Well, we were basically talking fast food.
Yeah.
We'll have to do real food one day.
Yeah, we'll have to do a real meal one day.
Well, the reason why we got on this subject is because my brother and his friend have a podcast called Check My Total. It's a powerlifting podcast, and their last episode was literally about if you had $6, which fast food would you go to? What would you order? And that kind of got us talking this morning, and then we said, well, if we could cheat, what would we eat? And that's how this was born. So you're welcome, guys.
And then Kyle gave you a whole 24 hours. So
right. And we're still talking about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving along. We're going to be on it today. We're not going to go eat Cece's pizza. I promise. We got to make good choices today, guys. So let's get out there, wake up, make good choices. Thanks for listening. Hit that subscribe button. Find us on social media, and we'll be back tomorrow with your Sunday summary. Talk to you later.